feeling? What is going on, man? The Knicks come out on top last night. I'm still living on a high from that win in Boston. Job's not finished. As we all know, we should definitely celebrate as Knicks fans because we needed to make sure you win at least one game on the road in Boston in order to win this series. And the Knicks were able to do just that. So in this show, we want to talk about game number one, or break it all down. Also talk a little bit about what to expect in game two, because every single game in series like this is different. They have a new story to tell. There's going to be adjustments. We're going to see different tendencies happen. I'm sure the Boston Celtics are pissed off, and they're going to come out firing on their home floor to make sure they don't go down 0-2, right? So there's a lot to talk about in this show. So make sure you guys let me know in the chat how you're feeling after that Knicks win last night in TD Garden, because it was fantastic to see this Knicks team go out there and prove the haters wrong. Now, listen, we didn't prove really nobody wrong just yet. Only the people that said that the Knicks are going to get swept. There was so much disrespect on this Knicks basketball team heading into this series by the media, saying that the Knicks have no chance. The Knicks have never beaten the Celtics once in the regular season, right? So therefore, they're going to get swept again. And listen, the regular season is a different world than the NBA playoffs. How many times do we have to say that, right? So I'm excited about game two tomorrow night because the Knicks showed the world that they are built for this moment. And I think that's something that not a lot of people expected from this Knicks club, including some Knicks fans. I mean, I've seen Knicks fans themselves give up before this series even started. Not me. I got the Knicks winning the series because I believe in my squad like I have all season long. And the reason why I believe in the Knicks is because they have a certain trait that you need in order to be successful at the next level in the NBA playoffs, and that is resilience. This Knicks team showed their resilience on full display last night, going down 20 points in the third quarter and still fighting their way back into the game to win it. The resiliency is fantastic. And also, the Knicks have the clutch player of the year on their side, folks. Jalen Brunson keeps on proving himself in the clutch. Those three-pointers that he hit like one open three in the corner, and then he went out there and hit back-to-back, step-back contested threes. That is what Jalen Brunson is about in the fourth quarter. When you get this game into 5 minutes to go with a 5-point margin, I love the Knicks' chance to win. And that's how I look at it, folks. So you guys let me know your overall thoughts right now, because I'm fired up, and you should be too, Knicks Nation, because the New York Knicks are going out there and they are doing their thing. All right. In Boston, they went out there and stole this game, and I'm still at a loss for words because there were some people saying that this Knicks team is done. They're down in the waters, bro. They are down in the waters. Let's look at game number two. But their ability to fight back was a joy to watch. So let's get deeper into what exactly happened. How were the Knicks able to come back the way that they did? And let's break it down right here in this video. So I think, number one, what needs to improve, because the Knicks did not have a perfect game. The Knicks didn't even play their best brand of basketball. The free throws was a mess, right? We know the Boston Celtics are going to focus in on fouling Mitchell Robinson when we are in the bonus. When the Knicks are in the bonus, and they're going to go foul Mitchell Robinson, and that is a tactic that the Detroit Pistons used as well. I would hope that our guy, Mitchell Robinson, can go to the practice and go practice these free throws, man. Like, this is ridiculous. But hey, the free throw shooting is inexcusable, not just for Mitchell Robinson. Campaign went 0 for 2 from the line. Josh Hart was missing some free throws. We need to hit our free throws. They're free points. You don't got to go 100%. But I think that the Knicks hitting the free throws is going to be a significant improvement in game number two. Also, Karl-Anthony Towns. We need Big Cat. Like, he didn't have a bad game, but there was a stretch where it was brutal. The early portion of that third quarter, Karl-Anthony Towns had an awful 6 minutes. Turning the ball over, 0 for 4 from the field, not really having any type of presence on the court in a positive way. And when he went to the bench and the Knicks put Mitchell Robinson in the game, and Mitch played with the starting five around him of Jalen Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, Hart, and Mitch at the five, that's when the run started. Okay? Josh Hart hit the corner three. OG hit a three. OG hit another three. And then things started to go our way. And the Boston Celtics started getting cold, bro. That's another thing we have to realize. The Celtics are not going to be that ice cold from beyond the arc for the rest of this series. And the Knicks were able to take full advantage of that. So you mix in the missed free throws, also the sloppiness offensively by the Knicks, but they were still able to find a way to win. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Figuring out a way to win in the playoffs is all that matters. We scratch, we claw, we find a way to win, to go to overtime and sketch it out. Now, again, you look at the stats of the game. The Boston Celtics, they are one of the most high-volume three-point shooting teams in the league. They missed 45 threes. 45 three-pointers is what they missed. That's a record. And I think a lot of it did have to do with the Knicks defense. And I'm going to give Tom Thibodeau his flowers right here because he deserves it. Tom Thibodeau deserves flowers for his opportunity to adjust and his defensive game plan in particular, because I thought his defensive game plan was fantastic. Early in the game, I was getting frustrated with it because the key adjustment he made was keeping Karl-Anthony Towns on Jason Tatum when they switched, keeping the size on Tatum. And it didn't really work in the first half, but all of a sudden, you saw Cat and these guys move their feet in on the perimeter against Tatum when they would switch, because obviously we want OG or Bridges locked up on Tatum and Brown. But the Celtics, every single time down the floor, they would bring a screen on Karl-Anthony Towns, and they would have to switch. And Cat did a great job in the fourth quarter. They absolutely did. And I think that's an adjustment that Tom Thibodeau made, and also his ability to stay poised and his minutes, I think, were great. Now, can we please all give flowers as well to Mr. Mikal Bridges? 51 minutes. The guy is an Iron Man, has not missed one game yet this season, putting up 51 minutes and was fantastic in overtime. Mikal Bridges does not need to put up 25 points a game to have an impact on this Knicks basketball team. His role is to not score. Now, if he can start scoring, that would be great. But his role on this Knicks basketball team is to be scrappy, defense. I mean, look at the steal on Jalen Brown to finish the game in overtime, bro. That was flawless. That was physical. That was playoff energy right there, man. The steal he had fading out of bounds in the corner that led to an OG Anunoby dunk and one on the other end. He also had a three-pointer in overtime. So I think Mikal Bridges is one of the most disrespected Knicks within our own fan base because of the amount of picks that we gave up to get him. So many people hate on this guy because they expect him to be a Superman, and that's not what he is. It's not his fault that the Knicks decided to give up that much capital to get him. Appreciate what he is. He's playing like he did in Phoenix right now with the Knicks. In Brooklyn, we don't want that version of Mikal. The Brooklyn Nets version of Mikal Bridges was a scorer. The Phoenix Suns version of Mikal was a winner, doing everything. Getting into the passing lanes, playing great on-ball defense, rebounding the basketball, pushing the ball in transition, and playing a lot of minutes, dude, and just being a winner. That's who Mikal Bridges is. And that's why the Knicks traded for him. So I'm going to give him his love because it seems like some Knicks fans are allergic to giving our guy Mikal Bridges the love that he deserves. And let's talk about OG Anunoby next because OG had such a fantastic game, bro. He is somebody that deserves so much love as well because he went out there in this game in 45 minutes, dropped 29 points, 4 boards, 3 dimes, 10 of 20 from the field, 50%, and 6 for 11 from beyond the arc. And these 3-pointers that OG was hitting, they were not all wide open. Some of them were just sidestep, in-your-face money. Like, OG is really unlocking a new level to his game. We saw it happen in the regular season, and it's translating to this level. And he also, of course, is locking things down defensively. And I think that's very important. We brought Mikal Bridges here in order to match up with Mikal Bridges, right? To lock down Tatum and Brown defensively. That's what it all was about. Don't forget, when we traded for Bridges and Knicks fans realized, wait a second, we got OG and Bridges on the Knicks at the same time. That's when it started to click in our brains like, oh, that's the vision. That's the vision. Having both OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges to match up on Brown and Tatum. And we saw it. We saw it. Look at the stat on your screen here now, folks. This is no fluke. This is what happened last night. The Knicks shot a combined 6 of 32. 18% in game one with either OG or Bridges as the primary defender. Anunoby individually held Celtics players to 2 of 18 from the field. That is fantastic. That is why we got these guys. And I told you all, the Knicks are only going to go as far as their defense takes them. Because without the Knicks playing their brand of basketball on defense, creating opportunities for their teammates in transition, getting into the passing lanes, contesting every single shot, protecting the rim, we don't have a chance against anybody like the Celtics. But last night proved that when the Knicks play great defense, we are able to do all the great things, man. All the great things. I am so pumped up right now. I really, really am. Now, I do feel like what the Knicks just did in this game too showed the world that we are capable for this. We are built for this. Like Mikal Bridges said, after their win against Detroit, we're built for this. We are built for this, man. And I think that shows you, because I'm just not getting out of my head how much disrespect that we had as Knicks fans, bro. I mean, the disrespect was so loud. So loud by the media. And it still is, by the way. You thought that we're going to get our flowers? No, we did not. And listen, I don't want to get no flowers until I get it. The series is done. We have to act proper. We did not win the series here. We won one game. But I think people are forgetting that in the NBA playoffs, when it's a 7-game series, you need to steal game one or one of the first 2 games on the road if you're the away team. And that's what the Knicks did. That's massive. If the Knicks went down 0-2, heading back to MSG, it would be tough. Because guess what? If the Knicks defend their home court, the Knicks win in 6. And the weird thing is the Knicks have not really defended their home court well so far in the playoffs. Want to hear a fun fact that I don't even think people are even talking about? The Knicks are undefeated on the road in the playoffs. 4-0. 4-0 every game in Detroit. The Knicks won. 3-0 in Detroit. And now they're 1-0 in Boston. So the Knicks are 4-0 on the road. They're road warriors. But the Boston Celtics, they're known for being one of the best teams on the road in the NBA. So I don't know if I trust the Knicks defending the home court. I don't know why they don't play their best brand of ball at home. They lost twice at home to Detroit. I was out game 5, and that was brutal to be there for that loss, man. They lost game 2 as well. So if the Knicks can steal game 2, that would be massive. Advantage Knicks. But I do think that the Knicks right now, they're in a position where if they defend home court, the series is theirs, right? If they lose tomorrow and they win games 3 and 4 at home, they lose in Boston, and then game 6 back at home, and they win that game, we win the series. But it's deeper than just home floor advantage, bro. There's so much more that goes into it, especially taking on a Boston Celtics team that is destined to have one of those games where they don't miss. They don't miss from downtown. They really don't sometimes. And I think that you look at what the Celtics did on opening night, right? Do you guys remember what they did on opening night against us? They had 29 3-pointers. That was wild. They have a team that is so talented, and they shoot the most volume I've ever seen from beyond the arc in the league, and the shots did not fall. and the Knicks took advantage of it. But I am so sick of hearing Brian Windhorst and all these analysts say that the Celtics gave the Knicks team this win. Are you kidding me? The Knicks were down by 20 points. The Knicks came all the way back and stole the game, and we're going to say that they don't deserve their love. Give me a break with that. I think that when you have a guy like Jalen Brunson, who is playing like one of the best players in the entire NBA in the playoffs, in my opinion, the Knicks are favored to win these games when it gets to clutch time. And I think that's exciting. They are getting into these clutch moments, and they are winning. Do you remember Game 5 against Detroit? A big reason why we lost that game was why? Brunson tweaked his ankle and was out of the game in the last few minutes. Without Brunson on the floor, the Knicks are not winning in the clutch. When he's on the floor, watch out. Because this guy is making the right passes. And even if he misses sometimes, which he's human, he's not a robot. He missed the game-winning shot. That was the easiest shot of the night he missed to win the game in regulation, Jalen Brunson. A beautiful play call by Tom Thibodeau. Brunson inbounding. It was a give and go, handing it to Cat. Brunson goes backdoor. Beautiful pass by Towns. He has a wide open layup, and Jalen Brunson banks it off the glass, and it goes in and out. We could have won the game right there and avoided overtime. He's human. That was a great play call, by the way. Just not good execution, of course. But I think now that you turn the page and you look at what the Boston Celtics are going to do, they are going to impose their will on this Knicks team. Number one, is Kristaps Porzingis going to be playing? He left the game in the first quarter to not return because of an illness. What's his status? I think that's important. If you're a Knicks fan, you have to be wondering about Kristaps. Without him, that's really that's a big deal. And I don't want to hear no excuses. Oh, the Celtics are not fully healthy. I don't care, bro. The Knicks were dealing with the most injuries of all time last year. Okay? And luckily for us, bro, we are fully healthy. I cannot believe it. This is the first time in a while the Knicks are at full strength, and that's why I have so much confidence in them. And there's a big difference between Jalen Brunson and Jason Tatum in last night's game, and it was in the clutch. Jalen Brunson stepped up in the clutch. Jason Tatum disappeared in the clutch, and I think that's important to note. Tatum is a superstar. He's someone that you got to respect. The guy is one of the best scorers in the NBA. But he did not put up good shots. And I think that's something no one's really talking about. Everyone's like, oh, the Celtics missed 45 threes. They'll never do that again. Look at the shot selection. Sometimes the Celtics just pull the trigger when I'm thinking to myself, who do they think they are? They can just shoot all these threes and hit all. Like, they're shooting from 3 to 4 feet beyond the arc with hands in their faces and missing. And they're complaining. Celtics fans and the people are not giving the Knicks their credit? No, absolutely not. Now, there's one player I did not even mention yet that I have to give his love because he continues to be the unsung hero of this Knicks basketball team. He is such the Swiss Army knife. They go as much as he goes, and that's Mr. Josh Hart, dude. How many offensive boards does this guy get? How many times did he push the ball in transition? A double-double for Hart, 45 big minutes, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 3 dimes. 2 steals for Josh Hart. Like, that's winning basketball, bro. He pushes the ball in transition. He gets out there. He plays hard defense. He rebounds the ball efficiently. I think Josh Hart, he does not get talked about enough, bro. We're falling in love with Brunson all over again. We're loving the flashiness of OG, Towns. But Josh Hart is so good, bro, and he deserves his love. He really, really does because he does not get enough. He does not get enough. Another player that deserves some love. A lot of guys deserve some credit from last night. Deuce McBride off the bench. My guy Deuce. Deuce with 11 big points in 18 minutes. I think Deuce had his little breakout game. 3 3-pointers is massive, bro. If you could come off the bench and hit 3 threes, Deuce, that is all we need from you, my guy. So big shout out to Deuce McBride. Getting 3 3-pointers, finishing with 11 total points because the Knicks don't rely on their bench. They're one of the only teams in the league that is just super depending on their starting 5. Like, the only other guy that scored off the bench was Mitch with 3 points, all from the free throw line. We do not have a bench, and it got us this far. And I think that the Knicks starting 5 is that good, and they're in this much of a they're in good enough shape where they can withstand the minutes. I don't know when it's going to start wearing them down. I hope never. But you look at what this Knicks team is able to do with the starting five on the floor together, it's fantastic. And I think the foul trouble is something that they're going to have to clean up. The foul trouble and hitting the free throws are the two mistakes that we need to clean up. Now, I'm going to call out one individual player that needs to wake up a little bit. And what I mean by wake up is just impose your will. Be more aggressive. Be more assertive. Have your moment, right? And if you guys know who I'm talking about, and that's Karl-Anthony Towns, bro. Big Cat needs to have his playoff moment because he's so good, bro. He's such a talented player. We all know what he's capable of, but I don't think that he definitely had a playoff moment in round 1 against Detroit. Those shots that he hit in, what was that, game 3 or something like that, game 4, was fantastic. But I think Karl-Anthony Towns needs to be a little more aggressive. 14 points on 13 shots. I think he needs to shoot a little bit more. He only shot 1 3-pointer. Like, that's crazy. Shooting 1 3-pointer, if you're Karl-Anthony Towns, who's one of the best, if not the best, 3-point shooters in the NBA at the center position, is inexcusable. But he is impacting the game elsewhere. 13 rebounds, 14 points, 1 steal. He did have a bad stretch, but the foul trouble is serious. But I did like the defense from Cat on the perimeter. I think that's important. But I'm waiting for Cat to kind of be like, yo, this is why you traded for me, because he can get hot. And if Cat can let Brunson have a night off and Cat can just carry the load, 30 points, 15 boards, 5 dimes, that's something I really am excited about, is Cat's potential to break out. And it's not like the shots are not falling. I just feel like the flow of the offense, and that's going to happen. It's very natural. When you have the talent that the Knicks have, not everybody's going to be able to take all the shots, right? OG was the one that was aggressive offensively, and it worked. So you can't complain. When you have so much talent as a starting unit with Brunson, OG, Towns, Bridges, there's a lot of mouths to feed. So I'm not sitting here and thinking to myself, why is Cat not shooting a lot? He just cares about winning, bro. He doesn't care about no stats or nothing. But I just feel like I want to see him to get a little more aggressive, level up his physicality to the level that we expect from Karl-Anthony Towns. So that's my thoughts on Big Cat. I do think that he has what it takes to do all these things. I really do. It's just a matter of going out there and executing and doing it. Now, you look at game number 2. The Knicks are going to, I really hope that this is a game tomorrow night that's not something that gets out of reach where we're going to have to come back again, because that's what the Celtics do. They go on runs, and obviously the Knicks went on a run back to claw into the game and win it. But I don't think that the Knicks, their brand is not to rely on their shot making, because shot making is very hit or miss. Because the Knicks can be cold in one of these games. 100%. The shots are just not falling. But there's still ways to win basketball games when the shot's not falling in this league. And that's by playing defense, rebounding, and getting to the free throw line. And I think the Knicks can do that. But they got to hit the free throws. They got to stay out of foul trouble. They got to play together. And I think what we saw last night was something so special. That was one of the biggest playoff wins in a while. And it's only game 1. Obviously, elimination games are more important. Series clinchers are more important. But I cannot stress to you guys enough how impactful it is to win game 1 on the road as the away team in a series that you are not even considered win. Nobody's giving the Knicks the chance. Can anybody let me know if anybody predicted the Knicks to win this series? How many times did we hear Celtics in 4? So this is going to be a war. I think this is going 7 games. I do not see this finishing in 5 or 6 or something like that. I think this is going 7, bro. And I hate the Celtics, I'm not going to lie, but I got respect for what they've built there. I understand they're champions. They have a legit squad, a deep squad that you can rely on their bench to come in and still play at a high level. But I do feel like Celtics fans, the city of Boston in particular, they completely are counting out the Knicks. They went into this series with the most arrogance, with the most cockiness I've ever seen from a fan base. Not even giving the Knicks a chance in the gun range with this series. And I think this first game was a wake-up call for them. But you know they're going to defer to be like, oh, Knicks fans are celebrating like it's they won the championship. You won one game. Well, everybody said that we had no chance. Everybody said we're going to get swept. So, yeah, we're going to celebrate a 20-point comeback win against the reigning champions in game number 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. You better believe that. And we're not done. This Knicks team is not even satisfied. We have big aspirations as this Knicks team. And I genuinely believe, and I've been saying this all year, and I've been getting clowned by even some Knicks fans by saying what I'm about to say. I believe that this Knicks team is a legit championship contender. I genuinely believe it. We are a championship contender. When on paper going into the season, when we landed Cat and added Bridges, and I saw what this Knicks team looks like on paper, I'm like, bro, if they can get chemistry as the season goes on, watch out. And now here we are in the playoffs, and you see the chemistry. You see the ball moving. You see the shot making. You see the off-ball movement. I still think another year or two down the line, that's when this Knicks team is going to be on the level of the Cavs right now or the Celtics. But right now, we're living in the present, and this Knicks team is knocking on the door of the Eastern Conference Finals, bro. We are 3 wins away from the Eastern Conference Finals. 6 games to win 3. That's how you got to look at it. You got 6 games to win 3 more games. And if you defend your home court, the series is yours. The series is yours. We stole home court. You know who has home court advantage now? The New York Knicks. And they better take advantage of that, because I'm sick of losing on our home floor, man. We've lost 3 times on our home floor in round 1. That can't happen. No. We do not want that to happen. So I am just beyond excited right now. I'm sorry, we lost twice, not 3 times. We lost twice on our home floor against Detroit. But that's still, the point still stands, because I think the Boston Celtics, they're built to win on the road. They're one of the best teams in the NBA on the road. So I definitely feel like the Knicks are going to be a tough out. They are. And by the way, the Knicks are a fantastic team on the road too. 4-0 on the road in the playoffs. Even in the regular season, we were one of the best teams on the road. So I think that definitely shows you that we are built for this moment. And I think that Knicks fans just keep tapping into the electricity of the city. We got a lot of celebrities, of course, on our side that have big followings that are supporting us, like Ben Stiller, Timothy Chalamet, of course, our main culprit of Spike Lee. I mean, the list goes on. I'll be here for another hour listing off all the celebrity Knicks fans. But the reason why I say that is everybody's tuning in. The eyes are on these New York Knicks. And I think that this game last night woke up the NBA world like, wait a second. The Knicks are legit, bro. Like, that playoff series win against the Pistons wasn't that impressive for some because it's the Pistons. No disrespect to them. They're definitely a rising organization like they proved, and they were a tough out. But nobody took that series win, that Brunson game winner, like, oh, yeah, I mean, of course they should win, bro. They're the 3rd seed against the 6th seed. You're expected to win. But now we're not expected to win, according to all the pundits. So here we go. Here we go. And you go into the deep, gritty X and O's of the basketball court of this Knicks Celtics matchup. I really do like the matchups on the Knicks side when you play like this. When OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges can play at the level of defense that they can with their length and their size, getting into the passing lane, creating problems for the Celtics with their defense, and you get out and running, that's when you go on runs. That's when you can execute at a high level. And I think that's when the Knicks are playing their best basketball. It's when they can force turnovers. When you can force turnovers and go out there and run and get easy looks in transition, that's when the Knicks get hot. Especially when you have shooters like Brunson and OG and Towns that are just camping out in the perimeter waiting for the rock. Deuce McBride, like, we got weapons. We are one of the deepest, if not the deepest teams in the NBA from a starting 5 standpoint. I know we're not deep from a bench, perspective, but our starting five, I would put up against anybody. The Celtics starting five is legit as well. And pretty much every single team that's left in the playoffs right now, starting five is fantastic. But I really do like the Knicks starting five, man. We got a borderline super team, bro. A borderline super team. So with that, we're going to wrap it up here on Bleacher Report. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's go Knicks. Next time you'll see me will be Thursday, 5 p.m. EST on the Bleacher Report app. And we'll see if the Knicks are up 2-0 or series tied 1-1. We shall see. All right, chat on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. Got to get my boy a shout out. Lascelles in the chat that said, hey, the Celtics are the one that are going to get swept, Richie. Let's go. Bro, if the Celtics get swept, I can't even imagine what would happen in the city of New York. Can you imagine the Knicks winning 4? I know that's delusional, but oh my goodness. Knicks in 4 until proven otherwise. Chat, I want to ask you guys a quick question. Did you enjoy the play-by-play reaction, the watch party that I had on the channel? If you did, let me know, and maybe I'll continue it for tomorrow night. If you want to see it again, let me know in the chat right now, and I will consider doing it again tomorrow. It was a lot of fun. I definitely had a lot of fun with you guys, and I think that doing that was very interesting. Noah wants me to do it again. Corey wants me to do it. Listen, I am on the AFC East Roundtable tomorrow night, so I do got to get a fill-in because that's the same time as that. So, yeah, we'll see. Well, that's going to wrap up this show. Let's go Knicks. I will see you guys tomorrow for game day. Love you guys so much. Let's go Knicks. Thank you for the super chat, Lascelles. Much love to you, my guy. And I'll see you guys later. Woo! Knicks up 1-0. Job ain't finished. Let's keep